Have you guys ever wanted to find your inner Dark Knight? Well, we're about to find it together because we're playing Orzhov Knights here, and I do have to shout out Wizards of the Coast for inviting me to this sweet sponsored early access event where I have access to every card in Standard right now, which is dope, first of all, and they also gave me, a full suite of gold and gems and all that good stuff so that I can play the sweet events that they've got. And I've been testing a lot of decks today, a lot of stuff from M20 that I wanted to try out, and here we are. We're here playing Orzhov Knights with which I think is actually a decent archetype right now. So let us jump into this deck. Okay, one of the newer pieces that we got, which is really good and makes Knights significantly better, is Knight of the Ebon Legion. This is a 1-mana 1/2, and that's just good, good as a Vampire Knight because it fits those archetypes. You can play it in Vampires, which I did, which actually worked really well. You can play it in Knights, all that good stuff. You can play it in, Rakdos Aggro and all that, because it has a pump ability that gives it +3/+3, and Death Touch until end of turn, which is very nice. This is actually super good throughout the mid game because you have it as a nice blocker and people are scared to block it because they might lose their creatures. So also at the beginning of your end step, if a player lost more than 4 life this turn, put a +1/+1 counter on Knight of the Ebon Legion. So this puppy's going to be getting bigger. I will say though that he looks very, very gross. I mean, look at that hair. He needs help. He looks like a sickly vampire. I'll move on from that. We are running our Knight of Grace and Knight of Malice, but only as a 3-of right now because I do want to also run Corpse Knight. Now, before I do that, I will say Knight of Grace and Knight of Malice are good. I think potentially you could go 4 Knight of Grace and 2 Knight of Malice because the hexproof from black is slightly better than the hexproof from white right now just because there's more removal in black. You've got Cast Down, which is the one we're mainly worried about, is Cast Down on turn 2 or 3. But also Vraska's Contempt. But it does, both of them are, hexproof from Mortify and, whatever. So, yeah, that's something to know. But I'm gonna play 3-of instead of a 4/2. But you can make that call depending on what you think you're gonna be playing. But these are gonna be 2/2s with first strike, and then they get +1/+0 as long as you control either white for Knight of Malice or black permanent for Knight of Grace. And it doesn't have to be you. This could be your opponent controlling that permanent. So that's also important to note. Okay, Corpse Knight. This is a new card. A 2-mana 2/2. It costs a white and a black. And whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your control, each opponent loses 1 life. This is very, very cool. I think this is one of the nice pieces that kind of ties together this archetype. So in a way that makes it more aggressive. I feel like there's a lot of pieces, and we've had a lot of pieces that are good in the mid game for Knights, but never really a lot of stuff in the early game, and I think Corpse Knight is kind of what we wanted. You will notice we're not playing Dauntless Bodyguard because I prefer Knight of the Ebon Legion. I think it's better, and I like what we're playing in the 3 and 4 slot. So, yeah, I don't feel like Dauntless Bodyguard is necessary, but you can definitely run that instead of something else. If you want to go budgety and you don't want Knight of the Ebon Legion, you can definitely go Dauntless Bodyguard in that slot. But Corpse Knight is nice, especially with History of Benalia, which is going to make us 2 creatures, and so that's 2 damage that goes straight to our opponent's face, which is actually very good. Another card that's new is Brought Back. Now, you could also run Revive Revenge, or what is it? Is it Revive Revenge? I think that's what it is. Revival Revenge, yeah. You can run Revival Revenge, return target creature card with converted mana cost 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield, which potentially is better than Brought Back, because you definitely get back your Benalish Marshal or your Midnight Reaper if one of them dies. But the reason I want to run Brought Back is mainly because it's a newer card. This is from Ravnica Allegiance, and this is from M20, and I don't know how it's going to play. So this is a risk I'm taking. But it could potentially be better, right? So choose up to 2 target permanent cards in your graveyard that were put there from the battlefield this turn. Return them to the battlefield tapped. Now, what I like about this is that this doesn't say creature cards. This is permanent cards. So let's say somebody destroys our Sorin, which I'll get to talk about that in a minute. But if somebody destroys our Sorin, we can bring it back. Also, our History of Benalia, once it finishes, we can immediately bring it back. That's pretty dope. So I think Brought Back is very good, and we will see how good soon. I don't know if it's going to be amazing, but it seems on surface level to be very good. We'll see how it performs in the meta. In terms of removal, we're only running Despark. You could also run Cast Down, but I think Despark is more important because this helps us against control-y decks, like things that are running bigger planeswalkers and big enchantments and big creatures that we have trouble removing. Despark is for them. Other than that, our creatures kind of outvalue themselves in terms of like how much damage and toughness they have for their mana cost, because we have Benalish Marshal and Valiant Knight here. And we'll get to that a little more in a second. But yeah, that's why we're running Despark and not other removal. I didn't feel like there was room for it, though you could definitely cut a few things. Like, you could probably cut one History of Benalia, but I don't really think cutting a History of Benalia for a cast down is the best move. But speaking of that, we're running 4 of this. History of Benalia is amazing. It is rotating out pretty soon, but so is a lot of the stuff in this. So, this is just good, produces a lot of creatures, it buffs them on the 3rd slot, and we can bring it back with Brought Back, so that's nice. We run 3 Benalish Marshal. This is the only reason I'm not running 4 is because it's hard to play on turn 3. Like, we have to get our mana right on turn 3, which isn't impossible by any means, but it's just tough. We don't always get it, and so we want to have a play. So I don't run 4 of those. Instead, we're running 2 Midnight Reapers, which allows us to draw some more cards, which is a problem I've run into for sure in this deck. Even with Midnight Reaper, it's hard to keep the deck rolling when we don't have any like real draw potential besides Midnight Reaper. 3 Valiant Knight, which has kind of been an overlooked card for a while. This is made for Knight's archetype, but it hasn't really been played. So this is good. It's a 4-mana 3/4 that gives other Knights you control +1/+1, and the 5-mana ability, Knights you control gain double strike until end of turn, is wonderful alongside History of Benalia. Because once they get that buff, and then you give them double strike, that's a lot of damage. That's a lot of damage. Okay, other things. Sorin, Vengeful, Bloodlord. The main reason we're playing this, so obviously it gives our creatures lifelink, which allows us to make it over the hump of aggro, so that we can actually fight back. But the main reason we play this is for the recursion. We can return target creature card with a converted mana cost X from our graveyard to the battlefield. That creature's a vampire in addition to its other types. So anything underneath 4 mana we can bring back and keep Sorin on the field, which is dope. You could potentially bring back a Valiant Knight if you wanted to, but I would not suggest playing this for 4, minus Xing it, minus 4ing it to bring back a Valiant Knight, when you can probably just bring back a Benalish Marshal and have about the same effect. So that's really good. Don't knock the lifelink though. The lifelink is actually kind of important. And then in the top end, these bad boys, I wasn't really sure whether to include. I'm not that big on the Cavalier of Night stuff. Like, not the Cavalier of Night. Any of the Cavaliers really. Like, they seem good, but they're just very tough to use in my opinion. It requires a little bit more fine-tuning, I think, to figure out when to play this and when not, and what to destroy and all that jazz. So I'm not crazy about them. I think potentially you could go like you could run even oh my gosh. You could cut these for more removal, or you could run a God Eternal Ketra. My goodness, my brain just went right out my ear. You can run a God Eternal Ketra here in these slots, but I think Cavalier of Dawn and Cavalier of Night, I really want to see how they play. Like, they're not bad. 5 mana for a 4/5 with lifelink that can sack and destroy a creature. And then when Cavalier of Night dies, return target creature card with converted mana cost 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. That's pretty nice, especially in this deck where we've got a lot in the 3 and 2 slot. So this is a pretty good card. I think it's potentially better than Cavalier of Dawn, which has a 4/6 with Vigilance, and when it enters the battlefield, destroy up to 1 target non-land permanent. Its controller creates a 3/3 colorless golem artifact creature token, which is nice. It does leave them with something, but this can definitely take care of like a pesky enchantment or a planeswalker that we haven't been able to kill. And then when it dies, return target artifact or enchantment card from graveyard to your hand, which is going to be generally our History of Benalia. Like, that's the only thing we've got here, and it actually is very nice because this is going to end up in the graveyard no matter what we do. So let's just go ahead and bring it back when this dies. So we do get quite a bit of value out of these. They're just hard to play. I don't love them at 5 mana and then costing 3 white and then 3 black for this. It's just difficult to cast. But I think they're worth having in here. In terms of lands, we are running 24 lands, and I'm running 3 Temple of Silence. I'm not crazy about the tap lands when I think we can hit our mana with Isolated Chapel and Godless Shrines, but I did want a little more versatility for Benalish Marshal and our Cavaliers, but also the Scry is kind of nice. The only problem with this, excuse me, I mumbled there. The only problem with this is that it slows us down considerably. It comes in tapped, so yeah. That's about the end of that deck tech. We're going to jump into some gameplay here. If you are new to the channel, I welcome you. Feel free to peruse the videos. There will be a lot coming out around the time of this video because of the early access event. Again, Wizards of the Coast, thank you. And yeah, a lot of new stuff with M20 and all that jazz coming out right now. So keep posted. If you want to subscribe so you see more of the stuff that comes out that I'm making, feel free to do that. And if you're enjoying this video, smash like. And let's play some games. Alrighty, here we go. Playing Marty Punker. Marty Punker Jr. Ooh, this is a bad hand. I do not like this hand. 2 Cavalier of Knights in hand with like no chance of ever playing them is no good. This is the main reason I don't like Cavalier of Night, because it's so dang hard to play. I mean, same with Cavalier of Dawn. Both of them are tough. So we're going to mulligan this. See if we get something a little better. Yeah, this is doable. This is fine. I'm gonna keep this and tuck Cavalier of Dawn underneath. I'm less likely to be able to play that. The problem now is that with 2 swamps, if I draw a Benalish Marshal, which is reasonably likely, I probably won't be able to play it. Same with History of Benalia. So I'm actually gonna go ahead and get Knight of the Ebon Legion down so I can start doing stuff. And then probably next turn we'll go Temple of Silence. And then hopefully we can play History of Benalia after that. Sorry if I'm slurping my tea real loud into the mic. Gotta have it. Okay, another Temple of Silence. Well, let's go ahead and get 1 down. Ooh. I'm actually going to bottom that. I know that it could allow me to play History of Benalia next turn, but is that worth it? Oh, sorry if that's in the mic right now. Let me turn that down. I think I bottomed that. I think that's the smart move. And then I just don't attack. This is a very bad start. Very bad start. That just burned me really bad. Sweet. Oh, yeah. Classic. Just plain explore package. Straight up explore. Nothing cool about this. I mean, I'm guessing there's going to be a Vivian Reed coming, like a Vivian, nope, just another Wild Growth Walker. That's nice. Ay, no blocks. I take that damage. And they're at 26 life. No. This is horrible. This is a very bad start. This might be an early concede on this one. They've got a lot of mana. I'm expecting maybe one of the new Vivians. Or wait, is it a Nis? No, it's a Vivian, right? The 3 green and a colorless. Yeah, no blocks. I can't really afford to lose my 1 threat right now. Okay. Let's go History of Benalia. I'm not sure that's the play, but that's the play I'm making. Maybe they just don't have anything. Are they flooding super hard? Bolus's Citadel. That's what you're doing. Wayward Swordtooth. Cool. Yep. Cool. Then shuffles the library and puts that card on top. Do I know what I want if I do that? What card do I want? I would actually like a land so I can play Cavalier of Night and I can sack... Whoa. Oh my god. Are you serious? Not what I picked. What? Oh, view browser. There we go. Okay. I thought it just panicked. I want a Despark so I can get rid of their Bolus's Citadel. Path of Discovery. Bolus's Citadel. Legendary Artifact. Wild Growth Walker. That explores. They gain a ton of life. Okay, cool. Cool. Yeah, this is so great. One of my favorite things. One of my all-time favorite things. Is when I just don't get to play. And they can do, oh my goodness. Yep. I'll let this play out for a sec. They're having a real fun time, huh? Heck yeah, man. That's great. Super cool. This is the best. This is the best. Oh yeah, I'm still in this. I'm blocking that, baby. I'm blocking it. We're winning the game. That's right, Marty Punker. You thought I was just gonna lay down and lose. Well, I've got news for you, mister. It ain't happening. I mean, yeah, I'm gonna concede here though. Yeah. I'm not gonna be a bully. I could have just let my turn run out and then conceded, but there we go. Okay. That was miserable. I've never seen that deck perform that way. That was scary. That was legitimately terrifying. Let's hope we don't run into that this time. Okay. What are we up against here? I like this little like faded lotus field background they've got there. Yeah, also my game is lagging pretty bad right now. This is very rare for me. I don't know if it's because it's the the event that it's doing this. Yeah, we'll keep and go Temple of Silence here. Which gives us a Corpse Knight on turn 2. Knight of the Ebon Legion. Yeah, we'll keep actually. So we can go Corpse Knight, and then turn 3 we can actually go Knight of Malice. Or we could go the other way around. No, probably Corpse Knight first. Yeah, Corpse Knight definitely first. Because this will deal damage whenever these puppies come into the battlefield. And so this turn I'll play Knight of Malice and Knight of the Ebon Legion, and then... Okay, down to Vanguard. That's actually not terrible because I can attack. Yeah, good. Isolated Chapel, great. Okay. Cool. Knight of Malice. Can you... Game, are you frozen? Oh, they were just resolving. Okay. And Knight of the Ebon Legion. And then we attack. We attack because they don't have a good blocker. Yeah, Adonto Vanguard is definitely not as good in the meta as it used to be. And I definitely get a +1/+1 counter because they just lost 4 life. Legion's Landing. Don't love that. Particularly cast down on my Corpse Knight. That's mean. It's uncalled for, frankly. Yeah, I'm going to take... Wait a second. Do I... Yeah, no blocks. I'll take the 3 damage. Unfortunately, it doesn't get up to 4 for the Knight of the Ebon Legion play, but... I think we go Valiant Knight here. Deal a heck ton of damage. They do gain a life, but I ain't worried about that. Because I get another counter on Knight of the Ebon Legion. See, this is a 1 mana creature that's now a naturally a 3/4 with the counters, but the Valiant Knight's making it a 4/5. So Knight of the Ebon Legion is strong. It's a strong card. Okay, well that's not the best. We can definitely deal with that though. We can definitely deal with that. We will do this. We do get this ability now. And we're just going to go for it. And we're just going to attack. If they don't block correctly, even if they do block correctly... Sorry, what? I'm sorry. Okay. Double strike. Yeah, okay. You lose 4 life and you die. You're dead. Good game. Sorry, opponent. You messed up a little bit. Just a little bit. But also, I had that was a very good run with this deck. That was nice. They had a slow start a little bit. I think maybe not a slow start. They just didn't have responses to what I was playing. And yeah, the Knights deck is doing well. The first game was rough. It was very rough. All right, third game. This will probably be the last one, no matter what, win or lose. This will be the last game of showcasing this deck. All right, BM Kibler. Have I played you today? Pretty sure I played this guy today. Ooh. Oh, actually, yes. We keep this. Cool. We go Plains, and then Isolated Chapel with Corpse Knight after that, and then Benalish Marshal after that. Very nice. Oh, boy. Healer's Hawk. This looks like a Safara deck. Okay. We go Corpse Knight. Excuse me. The good thing is I do have a Despark for Safara. If they get there. I'm actually hoping they will... If I draw... Interesting. Blast. Okay. I was hoping to draw a Swamp so I could play Knight of the Ebon Legion and the other Corpse Knight immediately. But I'll settle for this play. This is a fine play. I'm surprised by the Legion's Landing play. Maybe they're just doing mono-white tokens? They may just be doing tokens. Okay, they take the damage, and I get a token or a counter on Knight of the Ebon Legion. So my boys are strong. My boys are real strong. That is a bit scary. I'm a little worried about a Settle the Wreckage on my next turn, so I gotta be careful. Ajani's Strength of the Pride. Ooh, this is the new Ajani, isn't it? They must be playing Life Weenies. Okay, so they create Ajani's Pride Mate. And so that's going to get bigger. I am going to Despark that mofo.
I have let my friends down.
Attack with all 3 of these. Missing land drops here kind of sucks. But we're still in a pretty good position board state-wise. Like, getting rid of that Ajani was pretty helpful. Because they have a lot of ways to gain life. So I guess they're deciding whether to block or not. Like, do they block the Corpse Knight and trade this? It's a tough question. It's a tough question, Mr. Kibler. I myself don't know what I would do in your position because you're not in a great position. What? Yeah, that's definitely not the play. Oh, double blocking. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, you can do that. Nope. Nope. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, Pride Mate. We all good here. Yeah, I'm telling you, Corpse Knight is quality card. Quality card. I'm looking at maybe an Orzhov Zombies deck. That might work. Orzhov Zombies would be a pretty cool archetype with God Eternal Ketra and Bontu, both. And you try to work up to Liliana, maybe. And that's pretty control-y. I don't know about that. Okay, so they're at 5 mana. This could, ooh, Lyra Dawnbringer. Sucks. Dang it. I wish we had a Despark here. Whew, this is the reason we play that kind of thing. Okay, what do we do? What do we do? We don't attack. We definitely don't attack. I think we go Knight of the Ebon Legion, Knight of Grace. No attacks because we don't want to give them life and lose a creature. So we just hope for a Despark or something. Something good. Potentially, if we top deck a land and they don't get enough life, I'm trying to figure out how much life they need to gain to put themselves out of lethal next turn if I top deck a swamp. Because I could go Corpse Knight, that would be 1 damage. Knight of Malice, that would be 3 total damage. And I'd be attacking with all 5 of those, which is 11, 13, 16 potential damage, plus the other 3 is 19 damage. Okay, so they're attacking for 7 here. They could potentially... yeah, that's a bummer. We block with the first striker. Okay, good thing they didn't have a Rally of Wings, but they do have a mother freaking Resplendent Angel. Oh, okay. I think we lose. Shock that in. Corpse Knight. They can still activate it onto the first fort. So we just, yeah, they have lifelink with the Angels, so we just lose. It hurts. It hurts. We were close. We were close. We were stuck on 3 mana for so long. So long. Yeah. I mean, I'm attacking just because, but it's over. They win. They win. Yep, I just gave them more life than they started with that turn. Cool. Well, that's the deck. It's not amazing. I think it needs more fine-tuning, honestly. Potentially more on the removal end. Like, this could need a Mortify. I I don't know. Cavalier of Night is kind of supposed to be removable. We never ended up playing Cavalier of Night. I know in some of my practice games I played Cavalier of Dawn, and it was okay. But I think I like Cavalier of Night better actually than Cavalier of Dawn. But I think potentially we need more removal. Maybe cut out Brought Back and you run Mortify instead, because you run into big creatures that we just don't have a way to deal with at all. There's nothing. I mean, we have Despark, which could have dealt with the Lyra Dawnbringer if we'd had one. So yeah, it's got some issues to work out, I think. So let me know your suggestions in the comments below. This is a deck that I think the archetype is there. It's got support. Maybe Sorin is not a play. I felt like Sorin was a good option just because of the recursion, but potentially this is just slowing us down when we could be playing more removal, more direct removal, and maybe even just revival, revenge, or something like that. So anyway, let me know what you thought of this in the comments. If you liked this video, make sure to smash like, and if you want to see more of my content and you're not already, please subscribe. Both of those things help me out a lot. They get my videos seen by more people, which is a good thing, for me at least. I hope it's a good thing for you too. I hope you guys like this, and if you have suggestions, just not necessarily for this deck, but for my videos, for the future of the channel, drop them in the comments below. I do read that stuff, and I really appreciate it. And I will be seeing you on the flip-flop. Peace.